Emma Hannigan, urban forester with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, and I'm here to talk to you about tree pruning. This is the best time of year, January and February, for tree pruning. The main reason is because trees are dormant during this time of year. So we want to stay away from spring and fall when leaves are coming on and off, because that's when a lot of the inside mechanisms of the tree are moving up and down. And so if we can avoid that during dormant season, it will improve the tree's health. The main things that we're looking at to do with tree pruning is to raise the branches or to create a central leader and help it go straight and tall, but also to create spacing in the branches. All of this helps the structure of the tree, which will help it be functional and prevent any damages in future storms. So if you're doing it yourself on a young tree where you can have 2 feet on the ground, there's a few tools that might be helpful to you. One is a hand pruner, and the second is a pruning saw. So we use a 3-step method. The first is just an undercut to that tree, and the second cut is going to be an overcut about 10 inches out from where you're going to do your final cut, so that you can remove all the weight of that branch. Then you will have all the weight off before you make your third and final cut, which will be right at what we call the branch collar and the branch bark ridge. We're wanting to raise the height of this tree so that we have good clearance. Eventually we will be mowing under this tree. These are all temporary branches, and we're gonna keep that clearance up a little bit higher and promote growth to the top of the tree. So we're going to use a 3-step method on these. First, safety, you want to have gloves. And I'm going to use my pruning saw today for our 3-step method. And the very first cut is going to be about 10 inches out. We're going to do an undercut. And you're only going to go about 1/3 of the way up the branch. And then right outside of that, we're gonna make a cut to reduce the weight. And the whole reason that we did this first undercut is to prevent ripping down the tree. So right outside of that, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all the weight. And this branch is about 1 inch, which is the perfect size for pruning. We wanna be between 1 and 2 inches. We're getting a lot of leaf area still in the spring, so that it can make a lot of photosynthesis, but we're also making sure that this tree can do what we call seal over on a smaller branch without any decay. So our third and final cut, we're gonna cut right along that outside of the branch collar for our third and final cut now that the weight is gone. So we'll start up here right outside. And then when I get to the very bottom, I like to slow my saw so that I do not rip at all. So I just start to slow down once I get closer to the bottom and make long, smooth cuts so that it's a nice, and there we go. There are many studies out there that show tree pruning in the first 10 years of life will prevent future pruning after that. So most of the pruning you can do right when the tree is young. We have a whole guide of different things on planting, selection, pruning, tree care, and also some links to how you can find an arborist if you have a larger tree.